What's been your biggest song so far in your music catalog?
Wow, what's been my biggest song so far in my music catalog? Okay, can I ask you a question though? What's biggest to you? Do you mean most streamed? Do you mean most viewed rap video? Or do you believe like my fans love this song the most?
It's wherever you want to take this question.
Okay, well, my most viewed, my most streamed song happens to be me on a feature with Chris Brown and Tiger. So technically, that's the biggest song I've ever been a part of. I believe my fans really love me for that Respect with the Tech Russian Roulette wave that Wowzers freestyle, the 1-800 call Trel freestyle that I did to Logic joint. I believe those are like my biggest records like that the fans love the most.
Now, are there any unknown facts or stories in regards to any of these songs that's never been publicly mentioned before? Could be creating it, recording it, or releasing it.
Wow. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm pretty sure there is some weird, interesting stories regarding these records, right? But nah, you know, okay, so Respect with the Tech. Lex Luger was, at this time, Lex Luger is the biggest producer in the game. You know what I'm saying? So Lex Luger did Big Meech. I think I'm Big Meech for Ross at the time. He the biggest producer in the game. So my homie called me like, yo, Lex Luger want to lock in with you on a session. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up, man. Talking some fucking Lex Luger, man. Nigga just made a #1 hit for Rick Ross. Nigga don't want to get in the studio with me. Like, all right. Boop, put me on FaceTime. Now, nigga, I don't know what the fuck Lex Luger look like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this the real Lex Luger, you feel me? Like, yo, bro, what's up, man? It's Lex. I'm from Virginia Beach, bro. Like, a lot of people don't know that. Like, I'm from Virginia Beach, my nigga. Like, you hard. Like, let's do some records. I'm like, man, how I know there's you? How I know you is you? You know what I'm saying? He like, man, just Google it. Just go to Google. You go to my Facebook page, da, da, da. So, boom. We leave that day. Man, when you trying to record? Shit, what you doing now? I'm on my way. Virginia Beach, 3-hour drive. Let's get it. I'm on my way. We drove down there, and I believe we recorded like 4 records. And the last record we recorded was Respect with the Tech. And man, when I dropped that, so many artists, you know, I was very, very highly independent at that time. So many industry artists reached out to be on the official remix to that record. And my manager at the time was like, you know what? We not putting nobody on this record. I don't care who want to get on this record. This is your record. Like, I want you to be remembered for this. And in my mind, I'm thinking, nah, because if we get motherfucking Gucci Man on this record, or you know what I'm saying, like one of them on this record right now, Juicy J, like this shit is out of here. You feel me? But that's probably a little secret backstory that don't nobody know. Lex called me. I went down there the same day. We made Respect with the Tech, and the rest was history. That's literally one of my biggest songs in my whole career.
And a remix never released.
No, official remix, no.
Any regret with that decision making, looking back on how everything played out?
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, now that when I look at how things be going now, right? You take, for instance, my mind is scrambling right now. You take, for instance, how like when Lil Baby first dropped, That's My Dog was hot, hard, hit record, don't get me wrong, hit record. So first of all, I'm not being disrespectful and I might have my facts wrong after this. Lil Baby, hit record, That's My Dog for sure, he killed it. But when he did Yes Indeed with Drake, it was over. You feel me? Like, it was over. It officially put him on that, it was over. And so I feel like Respect with the Tech could have did that, and I feel like that's what Respect with the Tech needed. So do I have regrets not putting an A-list celebrity on a remix of Respect with the Tech? Of course. But it was done is done. You can't cry with spilled milk.
Care to share who offered to be on that remix at the time?
Man.
That you could have had, possibly.
Chief Keef, Waka, Pusha T. Who else? I believe French Montana. That's just to name a few, bro. Like, it was, a lot, man, a lot.
Now, in that Little Baby example, and again, barring the facts, but you mentioned That's My Dog, but then Drake appeared on a separate song.
Mm-hmm.
Could that have been an option? Maybe, okay, none of these artists on an official remix, but maybe a separate song.
Yeah, that could have been a thought. That could have been a great thought. But Respect with the Tech was so big, it would have been foolish to just say, all right, bet, this record is big, they love it. All right, hey, yo, who want to jump on the remix? Oh, me, I do it. All right, bet, say no more. Look, we ain't gonna jump on that song though, let's create a new song. It's kind of like tricking them, you feel me? So like, nah, I definitely feel as though we should have put a bigger artist on Respect with the Tech.
And in your opinion, who would you have wanted on that remix if you could have had it your way?
That's hard, man. That's really hard.
Out of all those artists that reached out, who did you personally want to see? Who did you want a verse from, even though it never materialized?
You gotta understand, BMF was the biggest record out right then and there, so I wanted Rick Ross on it immediately. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Rick Ross, if we could have somehow got Rick Ross to jump on that record when it was hot, sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? So, but no regrets though, man. Like, everything happens for a reason. It's cool.
And you eventually end up doing business with Rick Ross.
Absolutely.
Down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
With MMG.
Mm-hmm.
Now, thinking back to that particular song, what led that song to get as far as it has today? What was the secret to that song in particular?
Again, Lex was the hottest right then and there. Nobody made harder beats than Lex Luger at this time, bro. His beats would like literally bust your eardrum, bro. That's number one. What else made it blow, man? Number two, we was dropping it at a time where, our city was hectic. Still is hectic to this day, but back then our city was real, real hectic. A lot of beefing going on, and animosity, unfortunately, is the first blood, first cousin of attention. You know what I'm saying? So the record it said a lot and it meant a lot. But again, if Lex Luger don't produce that record, I don't know if it blows up to be the same record. Actually, when we recorded that, right, I told you we drove down Virginia Beach, we recorded 4 records with him. We left Virginia Beach. We going back to DC. We stopped at this club I never forget in DC, at that time, one of the most litest clubs in DC. It was called Club Lotus. We pulled up to Lotus and opened all the doors up on the truck and turned the volume all the way up to Respect with the Tech. And the people at the line in the club was just like, oh my God, Fat Trel just has made his #1 hit song. Like, the reaction the natural reaction, not, oh, look y'all, it's Trel. It was just, that shit hard. You know what I'm saying? We kept running in front of the top so you could hear that Lex Luger, Lex Luger. And it was really my record, so that bitch took off.
Whose idea was it to do that? That impromptu club sneak peek?
That was nobody's idea. We drove back to DC. Our intentions were to go in the club. But as we, once you pull up to the club, you park, nigga might be putting his cologne on. Nigga might be trying to figure out how he gonna sneak his gun in the club. Nigga might be, whatever. So, but we getting ready to get out the car, but we just so happened to have the music all the way up. So nobody said, hey y'all, let's go to the Lotus let out and let's play the record for the people in the line. No, we were going to Lotus that night. And it just so happened that when we opened the door, the music was playing. And then the whole line was like, I'm talking about no funny shit, no funny shit. Even the police officers that was working the door was like, man, like this shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I knew. Like, once we played that record, I just knew, like, this shit was out of here.
Now, thinking back to that particular song, did Lex cook that beat up from scratch for you, or was that a beat you chose at the time you saw him?
I chose it. I chose it.
So it was done already, ready to
Yeah,
go.
it was done already. I believe the first night I met Lex, we chose 8 beats, and I recorded 4 of them right then and there.
Anything else you want to mention about this song, or question you weren't asked? People want to know about it.
Not really, man. Not right offhand, man. Like, you know, one thing about you, Smallz, you got the type of following and the type of subscribers where when you about to interview somebody, you can really ask the fans like what's some questions that they want to know. I guarantee you'll get some crazy feedback for that, man. Guaranteed.